softly as Mira passed, like wind through pages of 100 unwritten books. An old storyteller in a chitin's robe called out, "Child, trade me a dream and I'll weave you a tale that can calm storms." A young woman with patchwork skirts and beaded braids held up carved boards. "These hold laughter from villages across the desert. Mix it in your cooking and your food will sing." A man with a banjo and a basket of sweet cornbread offered. "Share a memory, little one, and I'll play you a tune that brings the moon closer." Mira wandered deeper, the lantern in her hands glowing brighter with every step. She passed tables of carved masks, each one whispering its origin. A griot's face from Mali. A jester from New Orleans Mardi Gras. A bird spirit from tales told under baobab trees. The air smelled of smoke, honey, hibiscus, and fresh bread. Children ran laughing between stalls, chasing glowing beads that hovered like fireflies. Drums throbbed from somewhere in the distance, answered by a humming choir of unseen voices. Mira paused at a stall where an elder wove cloth that shimmered like water. "Your lantern," the elder said, "carries many flowers. But it is not yet complete. How do I complete it?" Mira asked softly. "By sharing," the elder said, hands never stopping their weaving. "Take what you've gathered, our stories, our songs, our foods, and carry them home. When you light them again, when you tell them in your own voice, the lantern will bloom into a star." Mira felt tears prick her eyes. She thought of Willowmere, of her grandmother's hands, of the dream walkers by the twin fires. She thought of the drums, the cornbread, the baobab canoe, the blues, and the kora strings woven into one melody. She held the lantern high. It flared so brightly that the whole market seemed to pause, bathed in gold. And then, softly, the lantern spoke, not in words, but in a warm wave of understanding. "Your journey is the bridge. Your story is the light. Carry us." Mira took a deep breath and stepped back toward the canoe, her heart full of voices and visions, ready to bring them home and light new fires. The Lanterns of Willowmere, Chapter 3, Drums Across the Water. Mira followed the lantern along the riverbank, the cool night air carrying the sound of distant drums. At first she thought it was her heartbeat, quick and eager, but then she heard the rhythm deepen, a cadence older than language, a pulse that felt both African and American at once, like a heartbeat of two worlds joined by the night. The path twisted into a grove of tall willows and baobab-like giants that seemed impossibly alive here, their roots curling over each other like the braids in a mother's hair. Fireflies spun around Mira in constellations, and their light seemed to form patterns, a star map mixed with the symbols
Wow!
Myra's canoe drifted toward a shore alive with color and sound. Before her stretched a market unlike any she had ever seen, a market where memories and stories shimmered like silk. Stalls lined the winding paths, each one glowing with lanterns of every size and shape. Some lanterns hummed with ancient African proverbs. Some flickered with jazz notes and gospel hums from faraway American nights. All of them whispered softly as Mira passed, like wind through pages of 100 unwritten books. An old storyteller in a chitin's robe called out, "Child, trade me a dream and I'll weave you a tale that can calm storms." A young woman with patchwork skirts and beaded braids held up carved boards. "These hold laughter from villages across the desert. mix it in your cooking and your food will sing. A man with a banjo and a basket of sweet cornbread offer. Share a memory, little one, and I'll play you a tune that brings the moon closer. Mira wandered deeper, the lantern in her hands glowing brighter with every step. She passed tables of carved masks, each one whispering its origin. A griot's face from Mali. A jester from New Orleans Mardi Gras. A bird spirit from tales told under baobab trees. The air smelled of smoke, honey, hibiscus, and fresh bread. Children ran laughing between stalls, chasing glowing beads that hovered like fireflies. Drums throbbed from somewhere in the distance, answered by a humming choir of unseen voices. Mira paused at a stall where an elder wove cloth that shimmered like water. Your lantern, the elder said, carries many fires, but it is not yet complete. How do I complete it? Mira asked softly. By sharing, the elder said, hands never stopping their weaving. Take what you've gathered, our stories, our songs, our foods, and carry them home. When you light them again, when you tell them in your own voice, the lantern will glow. The forest awakens with sound, birds calling, leaves whispering in the wind. A small group of Hadzabe men and women walk gracefully through the lush green, their eyes scanning the trees for treasures. In their hands, baskets slowly fill with vibrant fruits glowing under the dappled sunlight. Imagine a taste untouched by time, ingredients plucked straight from nature's pantry, guided by knowledge passed down for thousands of years. The Hadzabe, one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth, live in harmony with the land in ways most of us can only imagine. Every fruit they pick, every hive they climb, tells the story of survival and tradition woven into their daily lives. To witness their food culture is to glimpse a way of life that has nearly disappeared from the modern world. Now, step closer. The camera lingers on glistening wild honey dripping from combs, crimson forest berries shining like jewels, and roots freshly pulled from the earth. These are not ordinary ingredients, they are gifts of the wild, carefully gathered and celebrated. What follows is a culinary ritual rarely seen by outsiders, a Hadzabe recipe blending forest fruits with raw honey, simple yet profound, ancient yet alive. This is not just food, it is memory, connection, and survival preserved in taste. Prepare to witness an intimate moment with the Hadzabe tribe, a feast that carries the flavor of history itself, wide-shot, lush African forest. Sunlight cuts through the canopy. The Hadzabe walk barefoot, their movements calm but purposeful. Opening the unseen world. Imagine a taste untouched by time. Ingredients plucked straight from nature's pantry. Contextualization. Close-up, hands reaching for bright berries, children carrying woven baskets. The Hadzabe are one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. Their way of life, nearly unchanged for thousands of years, offers us a rare glimpse into humanity's ancient bond with nature. Building anticipation. Camera pans across a beehive in the crook of a tree. Honey drips like liquid gold. A Hadza climbs swiftly, retrieving the hive with ease. Here, food is more than survival, it is tradition. Every hunt, every harvest, every drop of honey connects them to ancestors who walked this same land. Ingredients teaser. Slow-motion shots, wild honey glistening, crimson berries tumbling into a basket, roots brushed clean against stone. Glistening wild honey, exotic berries, and fruits of the forest, simple, pure, untouched. Together, they form the foundation of a recipe as rare as the tribe who keeps it alive. The dish reveal. The Hadza gather, mixing honey with fruits. Children laugh, elders taste, sharing is central. This is not a recipe you'll find in cookbooks or kitchens. This is living heritage, a culinary tradition passed from generation to generation, kept alive through the rhythms of the forest. 2:10, Closing Reflection. Final. Long, slow memory of people who walked, built, cooked, gathered, and listened to the world before the world became so noisy. History, for a long time, was told from the top down. Kings, generals, conquerors. Maps redrawn. Empires made and unmade. Battles with dates. Treaties with clauses. Crowns and swords. But that's not the only way time passed. People are hungry now for something else. A history that lives lower to the ground. Closer to the soil. Not the story of who ruled, but how people lived. What they ate. Where they slept. How they raised children. How they waited out the rain. How they gathered roots when no fruit would grow. How they healed. How they carried grief, and how they passed joy along in stories around the fire. Let's begin where history is often quietest. With the indigenous peoples whose voices were left out of the official records. Not because they didn't have stories, but because they didn't write them down in books or carve them in stone. Wow!
Hadzabe music, the ancient soundtrack of survival, spirit, and community. The Hadzabe people of northern Tanzania are one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes in the world. Living near Lake Eyasi, they maintain a way of life that has remained largely unchanged for thousands of years. Central to their cultural identity and community life is music, a powerful, expressive tradition that brings the tribe together and connects them with nature, their ancestors, and each other. The role of music